It wasn't that long ago when we first found out that iPhones were finally going to get USB-C. You know, the thing they should have had for a very long time. They've been using lightning cables and connectors for over a decade. The connector is so out of date compared to the rest of the hardware on the iPhone, it just never made sense. So you might think Apple finally did the right thing. Kind of. They were basically bullied into it by the European Union. But rightfully so. Like, what the hell are we doing sitting on an antiquated interface for no good reason other than to keep it proprietary? Apple does proprietary things. So the bullying from the EU worked out, sorta. I mean, it still looks like Apple is going to take some type of tact of making the USB-C connector on the phone not as fast as like a full-blown USB-C that you'd find on other devices, but that's neither here nor there. I only have to carry one type of charger cable when I go places. Thank the EU for that. But my problem here, and this is kind of problematic, is that when the government of any country or nation or anything takes control of what technology should be, that's a very slippery slope. And now we are here at the precipice of something kind of dangerous, and Apple wants to fight back. Apparently the UK government is planning to update the IPA, which is some type of thing they came up with back in 2016 that allows the British Home Office to force technology companies to disable security features like end-to-end encryption. That, my friends, is terrible. Now, what they're going to say is it's for being able to look out for people that are trying to cause chaos and destruction so that they can actually see their messages. And actually, Apple's been asked by the FBI on more than one occasion to unencrypt iMessages and unlock phones to find out criminal activity. And they've staunchly said that their privacy policy is they're not going to do that for anybody. It looks like the UK is looking to change that. And again, do you really want any government of any country to be the arbiter of security on your own device? I mean, I don't care if they go into my device, I'm not gonna find nothing. My iMessages are so boring, they would move past me very fast. They go, Travis, he stays home all day. No need to look into him. But let's look at this. If a government agency is actually going to force technology companies to break end-to-end encryption, this is a bad thing all around. Even if you believe that your government has the best intentions behind this, anyone who comes into that office later on that may not have great intentions can do all types of shenanigans. So I think it's pretty universally thought that the government should not be forcing companies to break end-to-end encryption. End-to-end encryption is there for a reason. It's for our protection and our privacy. And Apple has said no, but they've done it in the weirdest way possible. Apple is literally threatening to remove FaceTime and iMessage from their phones in the UK if this goes through. What? Like, that's insane. It's literally two of the biggest reasons you would buy an iPhone. And they're like, look, we're not gonna give it to you. We're gonna take our ball and go home. They're basically willing to shoot themselves in the foot from a marketing perspective to not bend to this. It's kind of crazy. It's like a whole bunch of people got into a meeting about this and they were like, we're not gonna take it. And this is kind of shocking. In a way, it almost feels like they might as well just not sell iPhones in the UK at all at that point, because then you have a gimped iPhone versus a bunch of Android phones. And at that point, I wonder if it's really worth it. Sure, you'll still get things like the ecosystem and such until the UK government decides that there's something there that they might want to peek into as well. It's a very slippery slope. And I have to say that I think Apple is right here. If they give in to this demand, what else will the government ask from them? So they're holding the line here. And while they've been bullied by the entire European area for the last couple of years here with the USB-C and now this, they are taking a very strong stance. And I don't know if this is the right thing to do. It will absolutely affect sales of iPhones in the UK. I don't see how it wouldn't. But I also don't know how many iPhones they sell over there, and maybe they're just willing to take the loss to stand their ground. My opinion, Apple is right here. They should not and cannot give the government unfettered access to their end-to-end encryption and make a back door. That is literally the worst thing that could happen. This is a very complicated situation, and I'll be honest, like, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, and there's probably some good reasons to do this, but I think that they are very much outweighed by the bad reasons. What do you think? Leave me a comment below. Let me know, would you be okay with this? Or would you rather Apple take FaceTime and iMessage literally off the iPhone? This is kind of crazy, but it's nowhere near as crazy as when I tried to pitch a collab idea with MKBHD. You should watch that video.
Hang up the phone, lose my number, and never talk to me again.
I tried, I guess. Whatever, I guess.
What if I told you to just go f*** yourself?
Motherfucker, what?